here, Miami Community News. I'm with Joe Saunders. Did I pronounce it right?
You did.
Not Sanders. Saunders.
Saunders.
So let's find out a little bit about you. You're a former state rep from Orlando, running for state rep on Miami Beach. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in South Florida. I was born in Fort Lauderdale, and half my family was born and raised in Miami.
Where do they live? What part of town?
They were in the Kendall area. So I was raised by my dad in Broward County, and my mom's first husband and their 2 kids lived in Miami. And so really my life is very much South Florida back and forth.
When you cross the border between Dade and Broward, can you feel it?
Yes.
I feel it too. It's like when I go to Broward, it's like it's another world.
Yeah, and people in Broward are sort of raised to believe that like the traffic in Miami is just gonna kill them or something. But we moved back and forth because my older brother's 16th birthday party was at the Fountain Blue in Miami Beach. I'm a South Florida
16.
native.
How old is he now?
Oh gosh, well let's see. I'm 41, and so he's 46.
Oh, yeah. Well, prices were better back then.
They were.
Okay, so where did you go to high school?
J.P. Taravella High School in Coral Springs, Florida.
And where did you go to college?
I went to the University of Central Florida, where I graduated with an undergraduate degree in political science, and also studied women's studies. And I also got 2 master's degrees, one in nonprofit management and the other in public policy and
so you went
administration.
to undergrad and 2 masters. How long did you graduate?
Well, I split them up a little bit, but I graduated in 4 years with my undergraduate degrees, and then worked full time and got my 2 master's degrees in about 3 years.
Wow, impressive. Central Florida, people don't realize that is a huge college. Is it in the top 2 or 3 colleges in the country, the size?
Third largest. As of 10 years ago, I bet it's grown since then. But when I was serving and was the state representative that covered the UCF area, it was the second largest public university in the country.
So you were 29 when you got elected.
Yeah.
You're 29. And you went to UCF for how many years? 7 years?
It was about 4 years, and then I stayed. It was at UCF that I really got involved in politics and organizing. This is what I'll say a lot on the campaign trail. I've been going back and forth to Tallahassee for 20 years, working on civil and human rights. 2 of those years was as a state lawmaker, but the other 18 have been as a nonprofit leader and executive. So I started organizing around issues of civil rights on campus at UCF, and that's what sort of led into running.
Civil rights, you said?
Yeah.
You have a master's in that?
I have a master's in public policy and administration.
The civil rights, there's a great professor at Donald Jones, teaches law. Really good on civil rights.
Great.
It's great. It's great history when you learn about all of it.
So today, I have a lot of jobs, Grant. We'll probably talk about them. But so today, I still work in the nonprofit sector as an executive. But one of my other roles that I'm really proud of is I'm a professor of public policy at FIU. I'm an adjunct professor, and I get to teach a nonprofit management graduate class. And one of my favorite things is I get to teach intro to public policy to undergraduates at FIU, and we do try to cover civil rights law as part of that discussion.
FIU is just killing it
and exploding. Yeah, I'm so proud of it.
I mean, I went there.
Oh, great.
My brother went there, and I went there when the tower really was just. What year did I go? 78.
Yeah.
So my brother went. It's like you go there now. It's a real college.
Yeah.
I mean, Sweetwater says they have about 5,000 students living in Sweetwater, across the bridge, from the nice apartments to efficiencies. So they have a real life. A life on the campus now. So congratulations to all those people that are making it happen.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, one of the things I love the most about it, one, the campuses are beautiful. The Biscayne Bay campus is in my district.
I had a class there, I'm talking a long time ago, at 7 o'clock on a Saturday morning.
Oh, no.
So I would go out Friday night to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't come home. I'd just go there, take a 2-hour nap. I'm ready to take my class.
Yeah, why even go to sleep, right?
Yeah. It's Dr. Perry. How about this? It's 40 years ago. I still remember the teacher, Dr. Perry.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, it's a beautiful campus. And, the students that I get to teach, most of the classes that I've taught so far have been online. They're all working professional adults. Even in the undergraduate program, a lot of them are working people with families. And I love that about both FIU and UCF, and really Florida's state university system is the accessibility that it offers. You know, we're all normal people. We're working in the real world, and to be able to, you know, take that next step in your professional journey and educational journey while still working full time, usually with a family, is one of the great things about FIU.
Okay, so your district, House District's 106.
Yeah.
What's the south end? What's the north end? What's the east and west?
Sure. So it's so this is, I think of it as sort of the jewel of Miami-Dade County. It is Miami-Dade's beach communities. So it includes Miami Beach, where I live. I live in South Beach with my husband Eddie, and it stretches all north
on West Avenue.
I live on West Avenue, in the West Avenue neighborhood.
And people don't know. It's like when you get off, it's hard to get to West Avenue. You got to go on Alton. You got to take a left. You got to take another left.
Yeah, it's sort of, right. It's sort of, you're in the center of everything, but it's sort of tucked away as this like beautiful residential neighborhood.
One block, you know, and it's
one block from Auburn.
I got to talk about it. It's like the traffic is so quiet on West Avenue. It's like, and then 2 blocks later, you're in the heart of things.
Yeah, I mean, I live 5 blocks from Lincoln Road and 1 block from Alton Road, and really in the center, what feels to me like the center of the universe, or at least our universe. But District 106 is, so it's Miami Beach on the south end, Aventura and Golden Beach on the north end, and then it just stretches along all of Miami's beaches. So we are Miami Beach's coastal cities.
North Bay Village?
Yes. Yeah, North Bay Village, Surfside, Bal Harbor, Bay Harbor Islands. Oh gosh, don't quiz me. Sunny Isles Beach,
so you got
North Miami.
You got from the mainland west.
Yeah, exactly.
So Joe Neville, you don't know him. So I'm calling on him for advertising in the early '80s. He's a beach guy. So I call on Mr. Neville. My name's Grant Miller. He says, "You're from the mainland." I go, "Excuse me?" He says, "I don't travel to the mainland. I live on the beach. I work on the beach. I eat on the beach. You're from the mainland." He was like making fun of me. And that's how beach people are. There's so much happening on Miami Beach, South Beach.
Yeah, why would you go to the mainland? Why do you need to? Why cross a bridge? What do you mean?
Yeah, and
what I love about it, you know, it's 10 cities, but each city has its own culture, has its own vibe. You know, it's really it's a wonderful place.
Okay, so why are you running?
That's a big and important question. So as I mentioned, I've been going back and forth to Tallahassee for a long time, and I've seen many different versions of what we think of as our state capital. And right now, I think that Tallahassee has a lot of the wrong priorities, you know? So in the last 2 years, specifically, I think what we haven't seen is working on problems that people really care about, at least not with the solutions that we need. So the property insurance crisis, the housing affordability crisis, the condo affordability crisis. I mean, there's a lot of big problems that it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or Republican, everybody cares about, you know, everybody except for maybe some, you know, big corporations that don't want us to solve those problems. But instead, what I think we've seen a lot of are manufactured culture wars. We have a 6-week abortion ban. We've seen attacks on immigrants, attacks on the LGBT community. It's just one sort of manufactured book bans, you know, granted, it's just one thing after the other. And the person that I'm running against is a Republican who won this seat last year for the first time by less than 300 votes. It went to a hand recount. We were talking about this earlier, how close elections can be. And he did it by promising this district, which includes a lot of Democrats and moderate Republicans and moderate no party affiliation folks, that he wouldn't buy into culture wars. He wouldn't try to ban abortion. He wouldn't try to give teenagers assault rifles. And when he got up there, everything he promised he would do in the first campaign, he broke that promise, voted against all of these communities, doubled down on all of Governor DeSantis's culture wars. And I just think it doesn't represent the district. So I think we need balance in the Capitol.
Why are you the right person?
Well, one, I have a lot of experience doing this, you know, but I think I represent the values of the district, you know, like this is
Do you understand the district?
I think I understand the district well, and I think I will vote the way, and I've proven this in my record already, my record of service, not just as an elected official, but as a nonprofit executive who's worked on civil and human rights, and a lot of these issues that people care a lot about for a long time. I think I match this district in terms of values.
First session, what will be your priorities in Tallahassee when you get elected?
I think the Capitol has to address the property insurance crisis. So, you know, even in every part of this county, I'm sure this is true where you live too, but especially in our coastal communities, the property insurance crisis is acute. There are people who are every day in this district getting notices from their insurance companies that they've been dropped. They're getting notices that their rates are increasing, sometimes exponentially, and that is not by accident. Like, this is like highly regulated industry, regulated by state government, and the solutions around property insurance so far, frankly, Grant, have been a lot of handouts to private insurance companies, sort of giving, it's all been all carrot, no stick, $1 billion bailout to insurance companies, hoping that they'll come, making it harder for you and I to access the courts if a shady insurance company doesn't pay a claim,
right?
Which is what all the insurance lobbyists have fought for over, for as long as I've been going up there. But we got to deal with that. And it's not something that just one lawmaker can address. It's going to require a whole coalition of us who are calling for some real reforms that bring a little bit more stick to those carrots.
What's the difference between you and your opponent?
Well, let's talk about how we're the same. My opponent and I were both raised in South Florida. We both left South Florida to, go pursue different careers. I went to Orlando. He went to New York. He tried to be sort of something of a celebrity there, was a reality TV star. If people don't know about him, you can Google him. It's all available. I went and started a career in the nonprofit sector, and then we both came back and built our lives and our families in Miami Beach. I think where we are different is that I have a really clear record of service, and I think my record of service shows that I'm much more aligned, I think, with where people in this district are. Fabian Basabe, my opponent, for example, voted to repeal the Parkland gun safety laws, the laws that were passed by students, advocated for and passed by students after that tragedy at Parkland. He voted twice, 2 years in a row, to repeal the section that made it illegal to give teenagers assault rifles. I think that's wrong. I've spent 10 years working with the Florida Coalition to Prevent Gun Violence to strengthen gun safety laws. He voted for the permitless carry law. On that, on abortion rights and LGBT rights, on local control, there's a whole range of issues where the public generally, but especially this district, I think agree with me, and not with the extremism we've seen in the Florida Capitol.
This last shooting by some teenage kid, the parents got charged with a crime. I don't know if it's going to stick, but I happen to like that.
Yeah.
Okay, Surfside.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the collapse of the building, the effect of across the country. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So property insurance is the first thing I want to work on. Condo reform and condo law is the second. I think we have to say this, Grant. It's really important to say this. The laws that were passed following the collapse of the Champlain Tower in Surfside was a necessary step to make sure that you and I and this community, and especially everybody in my community, which is 85% condos, can have the certainty and security of knowing that the buildings that they live in are safe. Like, there is a role for the state in making sure that HOAs are doing what they need to do.
That's another issue now.
It's another. I mean, all these things combined, like but they are connected. It's like it is the role of both government and volunteer HOA boards to make sure that the right inspections are happening at the right time, and if problems are found around structural integrity, that they get addressed. What I don't think the legislature fully appreciated was the economic tension that would come from bringing so much reform on such a scale. And so, just really quickly, I'll tell you the first thing that I would advocate, and the governor agrees with me on this. It was nice to see that he did a panel here in Miami-Dade where he said out loud something I've been saying for 14 months, which is that the state can do more to make sure that buildings that are dealing with structural integrity problems have access to either zero interest or low interest loans, so that you or I as a condo owner wouldn't all of a sudden turn around and deal with a $100,000, $200,000 special assessment to deal with a problem, but instead, your building has access to capital that can sort of rub down the edges of the sharpness of that sort of economic tension. We need those buildings to be safe, and also the state can do more to make sure that folks have the resources that they need to make them safe.
The permitless, the carry law about guns.
Yeah.
About background checks. What's your thoughts about all this?
Well, again, I'll say this. It's important in campaigns, to be honest. I don't think anybody wants campaigns to be, more negative than they need to be, but I do think campaigns should be about accountability. And, the guy that I'm running against one of the reasons why he was able to get to those 300 votes that put him over the finish line is he went up and down this district promising people that he would address public safety, that he would address gun safety, and that he would not be a rubber stamp for the NRA like most Republicans who get elected to the Florida Capitol right now. On every one of those points, he failed. And I think his vote in favor of permitless carry makes us all less safe. The passage of that bill makes us all less safe. At a minimum, we should expect that if someone's buying a gun in this state, any kind of gun, but especially long guns or weapons of war like assault weapons, that the state does a check to see if they have a criminal background, to see if they have a record or background of violence, of domestic violence, etc. And what permitless carry did is say that you can buy a gun without being required by the state to carry a permit, which is effectively repealing background checks. And I think that's wrong, and I think it makes us all less safe, and I think the community agrees with me.
I do. I agree with you. I think.
Good.
All right, so we got a little bit what you did, what you're going to do.
Yeah.
You've been knocking on doors?
Oh my gosh, so many.
How much weight have you lost?
Oh my God. I know. I'm looking at the screen and I'm a little bit less tan than I thought I was. I thought I was going to show up like super red today. Up and down the district, we've been knocking on doors, and doing, this district is so condo heavy that we do a lot of events. We do a lot of meet and greets.
Right.
I've been at polling locations every day since early voting started, talking to voters.
You have a tough challenge because you have 10 cities you represent.
Yeah.
Some state reps have one city.
Correct.
And every one of your cities have different needs.
That's 10 mayors, and I think there's over 100 elected officials that touch this district, which is fascinating. But I will tell you, it's fascinating and exciting because I just said this, each one of these districts, it shouldn't feel like Surfside should be that significantly different from Miami, but South Beach to Surfside, honestly, they could be different worlds. I mean, Surfside is this beautiful residential neighborhood right next to these gorgeous condos right across Collins. So it's a lot of details to learn, but each one there are lots of specific things that are unique to each community, but there are a lot of issues that resonate across the board. The number one, I would say, is flooding and resiliency. Climate change is real. It's affecting sea level rise. Every single one of these communities is grappling with the reality of the seas and those levels rising, and the necessity of upgrading our infrastructure, upgrading our seawalls, upgrading our stormwater systems.
That includes across the county.
Right. This is true in all of Miami-Dade County, but I would argue, and maybe this is extra of me to say, but I think it's particularly acute and important in this district that I'm running to represent.
Islands. You have 10 islands.
They're all islands. They're all barrier islands. And so,
except for Aventura.
Right, except for Aventura. And there's
and it is an island by itself. That's another thing.
Yeah, right. It's really its own political island. The folks at Aventura, honestly, can I just say this, are wonderful.
All of them.
They're just wonderful. It's really been really wonderful to meet everybody in that community. It is the tamest, most chill city commission. I love it. Well,
the mayor takes control, and
Howard's a very steady hand. He's wonderful.
Exactly. He does a great job. And he's learning how to play paddleball.
Oh my gosh! Well, actually, you know what? I take back what I just said. Pickleball politics in Aventura are wild.
Yeah, pickleball. I didn't mean paddle. I didn't mean to insult the pickleball. All right, so let's find out a little bit about you.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Your favorite cowboy movie? Go or actor?
Cowboy movie? Oh no.
Who's your favorite actor?
Oh gosh. John Wayne.
Oh God, you're weak. You're weak. Your favorite cheeseburger place in your district?
Oh, in the district. Honestly, don't judge me. BurgerFi. It's pretty good.
That's all right.
Yeah. It's corporate, but I like it.
Oh, it's about a hot dog place. What's your favorite hot dog place?
I don't eat hot dogs. Don't judge me. We're not allowed to have hot dogs in South Beach.
Oh, touche. Your favorite pizza place?
Ooh, I really like Pizza Days, which is right on Ocean Drive.
How far away is that from your house? It's just a couple blocks.
I wouldn't walk it, but it's like we're on 15th. It's on 5th.
Your favorite place to eat fish?
Okay, my husband and I favorite restaurant in South Beach is Ceviche on 16th.
Okay. Your favorite football team?
I don't like football, Grant. I'm so sorry. Ask me my favorite Broadway star, Patti LuPone.
Okay, we'll get there in a second. Thanksgiving. Some names, words, not sentences. Give me some words about Thanksgiving.
Family.
Okay, that's good enough. Okay, we're getting close, baby. Your favorite taco place in your district?
Oh, it has to be in the district?
Anywhere.
Oh, I'm going to get in trouble. Oh, my gosh. The taco place that's in Wynwood, that's fantastic, where they make their own tortillas. We always go there, and I'm not going to remember the name. Winwood.
Two more things. Oh my God, you lucked out. Your favorite animal?
A peacock.
Peacock. Somebody took my birthday hat. Holy cow! Go grab that. Oh, peacock. You like it? Okay. Your superhero.
Okay, now this is important to pause that. I'm not a football nerd, but I am a 100% comic book nerd. So
Okay.
I'm going to say Wanda from the MCU, from the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay.
Wanda
You find my
Maximoff.
birthday hat?
It's behind you now.
Okay. All right. Now, this is a tough one. Your partner's birthday. Good. Go.
December 19th. Woo!
Family members' birthdays. Go.
Oh my gosh.
father,
My
your
twin
son.
brother's birthday is April 13th.
Oh, you got a twin brother?
Yeah, but my birthday's April 12th, so I got to remember that one.
Say it again.
We have different birthdays. I'm April 12th. He's April 13th.
He's born at midnight?
Yeah.
No way. That's pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
My dad's is July 14th.
The reason I do this is to let people know.
You want everyone to have all my personal information on your show. Looking good.
Okay. Last but not least, the magic of the mix. What and why you're going to be more successful in District 106 when you get elected?
Well, as somebody with a long record of service to this community, and specifically in Tallahassee, there's a lot of things I don't know, Grant, about the world and how it works, but I do know Tallahassee, and I think sometimes what you stop is as important as what you pass. I know how to do both, and I'm really looking forward to representing this district and its residents.
We're all excited. Make sure you vote for him. Everybody, Grant Miller here. Our futures, Joe Saunders, State Rep. Have a great day.